Welcome to the Startup Passport by eConsulate. Today we're joined by Yvonne Ramdin-Trip. You're part of the Department of Economic Affairs from the gemeente Rotterdam, from the city of Rotterdam. So can you just tell us what you do there?
Our part of the Department of Economic Affairs is called the Innovative Economic Development Team. And what we do is every day working on a climate that is innovative and welcoming for all startups and scale-ups from Rotterdam, but also from around the world to Rotterdam. And we try to make it as easy and as stimulating as possible to be an entrepreneur here in Rotterdam.
And you mentioned innovation already. So why do you think is it important that innovation plays an important role for startups here in Rotterdam?
Well, for several reasons, it's really important to have an innovation ecosystem, a good functioning innovative ecosystem in the city, because we have a lot of challenges in the cities, major challenges, public challenges. For example, we have a lot of poor people. We have a big port area that's a fossil port at the moment, to name just two. But also we have a lot of opportunities in our city, and we think and we believe that creative, innovative people can really add to the solutions that we need as a society.
And by trying to find solutions for these problems, do you think that a network or also an entrepreneurial network is essential for that here in Rotterdam?
It is absolutely essential. Rotterdam has a really state-of-the-art entrepreneurial culture that's been developed from all the port companies that we have, from the Erasmus University, that is really well known about their commercial business educations that they have. And it's really in our DNA to be entrepreneurial, to look at it like, how can we make a solution for a problem that we have, just really down to earth. So that's really important. That's really what our quality is as well. On the other hand, we have a lot of ecosystem challenges. For example, we don't have one sector that we're great in. We have a lot of sectors that we're great in, and who's leading everywhere. So we have a lot of networks. We have a lot of people working out from all different sides. And it's really our challenge to bring that together and to work together on a more inclusive and innovative economy.
And what role does the municipality play in bringing those people together specifically? So what is it that the municipality does for that?
Yeah, so that's really cool that we don't have, of course, the leading position in making everyone innovative, for example. But what we do is really to facilitate the conversations and the networks that we have. A really great program that we operate is Up Rotterdam. It's really for startups and scale-ups, and we provide access to finance, access to talent, and access to markets. That's really what we're working on. And a really great example, of course, is these 2 days, today and tomorrow, Upstream Festival, where we have a lot of side events today, from an ice bath challenge to Erasmus University challenge to the annual startup pitch competition, and tomorrow our lead program in Annabelle in Rotterdam.
And what would you say would make these days most successful, like looking at the future in terms of bringing those people together or trying to find solutions for the problems that you described before? So is there something that you're hoping for that comes out of it, looking at the future?
Yeah, sure. So what we're looking, while we do this annual festival every year, 5th edition this year, is to really bring people on a qualitative level together, and not just, okay, here's such and such, but really to facilitate and curate those conversations in a fun way with an ice bath challenge, for example, but also in a more serious way with a Super Connectors Summit, for example, that's happening this afternoon as well. Really to bring founders of innovative companies together with investors and to really strengthen that network.
And when are we talking about the future or things that are ahead? Obviously, sustainability or being future-proof also as a city plays a big role. So how does innovation comes into that and being future-proof?
Well, I mean, it's essential for our city to be more future-proof, and we have a role in that ourselves. We need to have a good local government, a good local institution that really helps people, of course. And on the entrepreneurial side, we have a lot of regular SME companies that are not really thinking about their future-proof business models. What do we do in 5 years or 10 years? They're not really working. They're working on what do I do next week? That's their scope at the moment. So we have a lot of traditionals that we need to make more future-proof, because that's really a risk for our local economy. And fortunately, we have a lot of people in the innovative world that really can attribute to that, and to create solutions also for those regular companies to make use of.
So if I'm understanding correctly, you're not trying to apply certain restrictions for those companies, but rather convince them by having innovative solutions. And,
so no restriction. Well, so our Department of Economic Affairs is not about rules and regulations. It's about stimulating where the energy is and stimulating all the people that want to go and to make a future-proof society as well along with us. That's a public interest, of course. So we're applauding. We're pushing everyone in hopefully in the right direction by doing it.
Perfect. Thank you very much for this insight. We'll be very interested to see in the future. And thank you for joining the interview.
No, thanks so much for having me.